Good afternoon and welcome to the channel. Such a beautiful day. It is February and get this, it's 80 degrees. What is going on? I have no idea, but I just know that it's the middle of winter, February, and it's 80 degrees. Let that sink in. So I got a lot of stuff coming today. Thinking about washing the Hellcat, but first I got the Integra Type R sitting right here. I'm going to remove the back bumper and get the seals for the taillights realigned. Something's wrong with them. There's water leaking in the trunk, and that is definitely not a good thing. Now, besides that, I also have a couple other things that I want to do. So here it is, guys, a vanity plate going on the Integra Type R. You can see driveway demons. That's right, D-demons. Now, I was gonna put like a number 5 here or a number 3 or something crazy, but I ended up just leaving it like it is. Left a space on the right side here so I could put numbers there when I get other cars for the channel. They're all gonna have driveway demons plates, so that is pretty awesome. Now I'm gonna show you guys something else I picked up for the Integra, and it's one of my favorite additions. This is the other addition for the Integra. Very hard item to find. In fact, so hard to get it from Honda, I had to have it custom made. When you guys see what it is, you'll know what I'm talking about, so check this out. Custom-made Integra Type R front license plate. This is the license plate that is in the Integra Type R ad in Japan when they released the DC2 and the DC5. They're a little bit different. This is the one from the DC5. They're not available from Honda anymore, so I had to have it custom made. So this is going on the front as I'm trying to put the Integra Type R in original OEM condition with, of course, the fact that it's been lowered with a Mugen kit. I'm trying to keep the aesthetics Mugen and Honda only with the exception of the wheels. As the lip kit is Mugen and the license plates and all the badges are all Type R. I'm trying to keep it OEM/Mugen. So that's the idea here with this license plate cover. Another thing I have to do is clean these Recaros. The driver's seat is maybe a 7 out of 10 condition once it's cleaned. The passenger is 10 out of 10. So I am looking for a JDM passenger red Recaro, as those are the seats that get barely any use, and I want to get another one to put in the driver's seat as this one here is starting to wear out. And I don't know who can fix it or install better memory foam and tighten everything up without destroying it, as they're very hard to get a hold of. So I'm gonna have to look for that as well. Here, now I can go ahead and install the license plate. It's time to make a choice. What do you guys think? Should I keep the aluminum on aluminum countersunk washer and Allen hex bolts, or should I go with the red on black? I'll show you guys what they look like so you can determine which one you guys like more. I think I like the red ones with the black bolts better, but I'm gonna show you what they look like. So I think the black and red ones look better. I think that's what I'm gonna go with, but if you guys think the aluminum ones are better, I'll take the red ones off in my next video. I just think that the red ones look better, but let me know in the comments below. Do you guys like the aluminum on aluminum, or do you like the red on black? If you guys wanna know where to get these rib nuts and the rib nut tool, I'll put a link in the information box below, so you guys will be able to get these tools and these rib nuts and bolts and countersunk washers for yourself on any projects that you guys are doing. So the one quick tip I can give you guys is to make sure that the drill bit you use is the right and appropriate size for the rib nut. For example, these ones that I installed are 9mm, so you want to make sure that you got 9mm on your drill bit, or something that's as close as possible. A little tighter is better than too loose, because you won't get it installed, and it may not grab the back of whatever you're installing it on or rip it out. You want to make sure to have as much contact surface as you can when you crush it back. So what do you guys think? I think it looks epic, if you ask me. I just absolutely love how it looks. I'm very happy. So what do you guys think? I think it looks so epic having the custom Driveway Demons license plate. I think the Skunk 2 license plate holder looks better. I just wish these tabs weren't there, as I can't install the license plate and the holder over top of the tabs, or it'll rattle and it won't sit right, so I have to put it in the tabs, which of course makes it look stupid because it's covering a little bit of the Skunk 2 logo, but I do think it looks better than the AEM license plate cover, and I do like the custom Driveway Demons license plate. Now I'm going to do some black restore on the license plate cover and some of the moldings on the car. I don't have time to get the bumper off today. Maybe tomorrow, if it's not raining, I'll get the bumper off and get the seals on the taillights resituated and seated properly so it's no longer leaking like it is right now. The front license plate frame on the front of the car has some white smudges on it and it's fading and losing its color. I'm going to use black restore to make this look brand new, as well as the grille right here and other things which I'm going to start working on a day-to-day basis now that the weather is better. So I'm going to be restoring little by little all the black moldings and anything on the car that's black that's faded, as well as clay barring the whole car and restoring the paint and getting all new exterior badges. With spring approaching in the next month and a half, it's time to start getting it ready for Honda Day, as well as lots of car shows and cars and coffee. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I've got to get some things done. So you can see here I restored this portion of the black, including the license plate cover and the other brake duct, and you can see that it looks way better than over here, which I haven't done yet, using Meguiar's Ultimate Black, which is what I recommend for restoring anything that's faded on the car that has black molding, rubber, or plastic. You can see how much better everything on this side looks compared to over here. It's a huge difference. So now I'm going to restore this portion of the grille, which is really hard to get at, so I'm going to use a Q-tip so I can get in between the small little spots that I could never reach with a rag or paper towel or anything like that. Well, I had to wait a couple days to finish this video, as when I was finishing the front license plate, it was getting dark and then it started to downpour. It's been raining for days. And finally, a beautiful day today to finish the video. I'm gonna go ahead and install the hub-centric rings. Then I have to adjust the coilovers on the rear, as the JDM driver's side sits about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch lower than the passenger side. The JDM passenger side, that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that now. In this video, I'm not gonna be able to get the bumper off and fix the leaking issue I've got, as I need new taillight seals, which I'm gonna be ordering from Honda or Acura, and once they get here, the next video I do, I will be fixing that. Time to install the hub-centric rings and adjust the coilovers in the rear, and then call Jody and schedule an appointment possibly for Friday, so this way I can just tweak the alignment, as I'm going to need an alignment after doing this, but the rear end is definitely not level, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. So with the DC5, RSX, and Integra Type R, and most Hondas, if not all of them, they're lug-centric. You slide the wheel over the lugs and you hold it in place and you fasten it down. However, the hub does have to match the wheel. As you can see, I've got a lot of play here. So when you tighten down the lug nuts, it is going to straighten it out for the most part, but you're going to have to do them individually, back and forth, very little at a time. And you have to take your time doing this, or you can see there's going to be some amount of offset in the wheel, and that'll cause major problems while driving or vibration. So with the hub-centric rings, that'll take away the slop. I'm going to show you how that is corrected. So with the DC5, you're going to need hub-centric rings that are 64.1 and have to adapt to whatever wheel you're putting on. These wheels are 73.1, so I had to get a 64.1 to 73.1 hub-centric adapter. So I went with the plastic ones, as I like them better than the aluminum, as the aluminum can rust and seize and corrode, whereas the plastic will not. And since these are almost a 10mm step up, they're very thick and they're not as prone to cracking like the thinner ones would be, per se a 64.1 to say 77 or something like that. So the plastic is definitely the better of the two. Removing the wheel off the vehicle, you'll see that the hub-centric ring goes around the hub right here, and it's perfectly tight and snug. There's no play whatsoever. In fact, it's even difficult for me to get it off because of how tight it is. And this goes on the inside of the wheel. I gotta gently press it in. It's a very snug fit, which is what you want. And there we have it. Now that'll go completely over the hub with no issues. And then I'll show you guys how little play there really is in the wheel. I will tell you, as soon as you slide, so here I go, as soon as I slide the wheel over and align everything right, the hub-centric ring prevents the wheel from having any sort of up or down or left or right movement. As you can see, my son is here and wants to check it out. So there is just a little bit of movement when you turn the wheel, but none up or down like there was before. So now it's officially a lug-centric car, as the hub is now perfectly tight and centered with the ring. But you can see that it's perfect right now, so that's a good thing. Now I just got to install the lug nuts and do the same for all the wheels, and that will take away any imperfection in the mounting of the tires and wheels. So first I'm gonna adjust the rear coilovers and get them leveled, then I'm gonna do the rest of the hub-centric rings. So these spanner wrenches kind of suck because they don't have a way to extend them. This should have been a 3/8 or a half drive. So what I've done is I've gotten an extension on a 24mm deep socket, which I can now slide over and I can use as a little bit of a breaker bar. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and raise the suspension on this side, maybe 1/8 of an inch, lower the other side 1/8 of an inch. This way it levels them out. I don't wanna go too high or too low. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adjusting this right now. So everything's coming along great. The rear end is now leveled, I believe, but I gotta move the Hellcat out of the way to make more room for the Integra. So you know what time it is? Everybody's been asking for it. Here is a cold start of the Hellcat. So loud and sounds awesome, as always. I'm gonna go ahead and move the Hellcat forward and continue working on the Integra and get it ready. Then I'm gonna go for a drive, make sure everything is driving properly and nice and smooth. Finally, I finished working on the Integra. I have the rear end sitting just right. I may go a little bit lower after I drive it for a few miles, let it settle, see what everything looks like. I may lower the rear end just a little bit more, but everything is looking pretty good. The next few things I'm gonna do is cleaning the interior, as well as replacing the seals in the taillights, the power steering line, possibly a K Pro. And I also plan on getting a Mugen front lip and painting the front bumper at the same time, wrapping the hood maybe, getting some tint, clay barring the whole vehicle, as well as replacing all the exterior logos and badges, as well as polishing and waxing the whole car. So lots of stuff to come. Also guys, lots of content to come for the Hellcat. And speaking of the Hellcat, I already did a cold start earlier, but it's a little bit later in the night, but I gotta move the car back, so it's time for another cold start that could possibly wake up the entire neighborhood. The entire neighborhood. It's time to do another cold start. Here we go. I got good neighbors next door, but the whole neighborhood could probably hear this right now. Now that was beast mode of a cold start. You guys got to admit, that was awesome. Now it's time to cold start the Integra, as I set the dampening on the back to softest settings and adjusted the height a little bit, and I put the hub-centric rings on, so I want to make sure everything is balanced nicely or better than it was before, make sure it rides good, and maybe I'll get some pretty epic footage of the Integra just flying by the camera. That might be fun. 3 cold starts, 1 video. Oh yes. Now that was a lot of fun, but unfortunately that's the end of this vlog, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it, getting the license plate on the front and back installed, restoring the molding and the black grills in the front, all the plastics on the car, as well as getting the rear end of the Integra leveled out properly, and of course installing the hub-centric rings. Don't forget guys, support the channel at driveway-demons.com, and also I hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who supports the channel, watches all my videos. Lots of content coming. Got a couple of videos with the Hellcat coming up in the next few days, as well as a few more with the Integra. So lots of stuff to come, guys. Don't forget to support the channel at drivewaydemons.com. Get your hoodies there and check it out, drivewaydemons.com. I appreciate everybody who goes there and supports the channel. It really does help out. But like I said, I just hit 10,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate all the support, guys. Lots of stuff coming to the channel. Also, guys, April 1st, big announcement, so be ready for that. But like I said, tons of stuff coming. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Until the next video, I'm Corey with Driveway Demons. Remember, have fun and be safe.